you're probably watching this video because you want to lose weight. But the reality is your life is just jam-packed. Now, you're probably working 40 plus hours a week, commuting to and from work, trying to have a social life, trying to sleep 7 hours a night, trying to do normal human things. And every single time December, January rolls around, that priority starts to shift because you're like, oh, you know, this year I'm disappointed because I didn't get to fucking have the physique that I wanted. I didn't get to make the money that I wanted. I didn't get to do XYZ thing. And it can be very difficult, man, because this whole year you just kind of slaved your way through, in a sense that you became a slave to yourself, that you didn't prioritize yourself. You know, looking in the mirror was something that you never got excited to do. You just looked in the mirror, felt disappointed about yourself, put your suit on, got to work. When you got to work, you put a fake smile on, sit down and try and numb yourself working. You then doom scroll on your phone. You don't feel good about yourself because you see other people doing things that you wish you could do. Just for you to come home, feel sorry for yourself, watch some Netflix, and then just chill out. Just for you to start that over and over and over again. But you have the potential. You want to do things. You want to be able to actually fucking be in the best shape of your life. You want to be able to make moves at work. You want to be confident. You want to become a leader, right? But the one thing that's stopping you is time. Now I'm going to show you a client example of Muhammad, who works as a practitioner doing literally like 70 or 80 hours a week. He's driving 20 of those hours as well. You know, I think we're down 12 kilos right now in about 12 weeks. And I want to show you like what he's been doing, what his graph looks like, what he's been eating, and honestly like how we created a structure like this for him as well. So let's get right into it, man. So this is what his chart looks like, right? So we started off at 89 and now we're at 76. Fucking oath, bro. 13 kilos, right? You know, you can see there's a lot of downs, but then there's some ups, right? So a normal weight chart will look like this, where it will go up for a couple of days, down, up for a couple of days, down, up for a couple of days, down, so on and so forth, right? So, you know, most people get really discouraged when they're trying to lose weight because they're like, oh, why am I not losing weight every single day? Like, isn't it just meant to be linear like that? Like, no, it's fucking not, bro. You know, you can't expect it, right? Why would your weight go up, right? Number one is you probably just didn't take a shit in the morning, right? Number two, you probably ate dinner really late at night. Option three, your dinner was probably really high in salt or really high in water, which led to what? Water retention. Maybe you started training really hard, and when you train really hard, you start to build up a lot more water retention because there's more inflammation in the body. Maybe you started taking creatine. Your creatine is, you know, water that's stored intramuscularly, so then that means it increases your water weight as well. Maybe you're stressed and your cortisol levels are up, which leads to what? Water retention. A lot of things have to factor in with your body weight, right? So when you see your fluctuations like this, just don't stress, because you have to just zoom out for a second and be like, okay, cool. What was my weekly average? Did I lose 1% a week? Now, I don't like the idea of trying to lose 2% a week, 3% a week. I think you basically just fucking starving yourself, right? And that's not something that's sustainable, and that's not something that will last for a long period of time. I'll even show you another example of another 9-figure business owner that I have on the team as well, where, you know, he worked with a competitor of mine where they literally, their goal was to drop 2 kilos a week, right? Yeah, okay, dropping 2 kilos a week sounds awesome. 5 weeks, you can drop 10 kilos. But the reality of that is your work plummets because you can't focus. You're super tired, you're super hungry, and you have no endurance. You don't have the brain capacity as you would. So it worked for you in that short period of time, but then when life happens, you start gaining weight again, you cringe at the idea of trying to go back to that extreme diet. So you end up going for a more of a sustainable method, a method that works not just now, but it works for the rest of your life. You know, and that's what we like to do. We teach you how to eat the foods that you love and get in the best shape of your life. So you can do one cut properly and never have to worry about cutting again, because now you've built up the habits and you can see the foods you could be eating, and we educate you on how to eat out as well. Like literally, our entire goal is to teach you how to eat like a fat fuck without becoming a fat fuck for the rest of your life. That's literally what we do, right? So let's talk about Muhammad for a second. This guy was the epitome of a fucking fat fuck, bro. And he'll be okay with me telling this story because he's a good friend now. But, you know, he would literally give me his lifestyle. He's like, dude, like I work 60, 70 hours a week. Like I don't have time to make food. So I would just order Uber Eats every single day and eat whatever the fuck. I didn't care. Like he would go from, you know, getting a steak to then getting pastas and pizzas and then getting cheesecake and finishing the night with Coke and this, that, and the other, right? It was just super simple. He didn't have time to make food. He has money. He's like, fuck it, let me just use that money to just get Uber Eats, right? He's driving fucking 3 hours a day. So he doesn't have time to just like, you know, have his meal prep ready with him because he didn't have time to make it. He'll just stop by Macca's or KFC and just eat that on the way, right? Yes, okay, it was efficient for him, but in the end of the day, it made him feel like shit. He looked in the mirror and just genuinely just felt like shit about himself. Now, he was not proud of the man that he saw staring back at him, right? And for someone that is he's meant to be like an inspiration for other people, right? When he goes to work, his whole job is to help other people, you know, with what they're suffering with, right? And, you know, this is a physique that he was not proud of. You know, he would wear suits and this is how he would be shaped in those suits. And unfortunately, man, like a lot of us face this, bro, where like, you know, we may have a really good job, but when we show up to work, bro, we're fucking wearing suits that don't even fit the role that we have. We're wearing suits and feeling like a bum, right? It's like, well, the reality is the more in shape you are, the more confident you'll become and the more you can help. If you're a person who's in like the service-based world, your entire role is to help people. But how can you help others when you don't help yourself, right? And this example here of Muhammad, like, you know, he makes good money and he makes even better money now. You know why? Because he's able to give to more people. He's able to help more. He has the mental endurance to be a better practitioner. He has a mental endurance to study more, to become better. He wants to then continue to work more in a week as well. Why? Because he just feels good. He has way more energy, right? This is how he looks. Oh man, I got like some shit in my nose. This is how he looks in week 1. And, you know, this is where we are today so far, right? Massive fucking difference, bro. That's like night and day. You know, that's literally night and day. And let's even look at a photo that he sent me in the chat. Like this, for example. Like, come on, bro. Look at the chest. Look at the shoulder veins, the arms. He's never been this lean before, bro. You know, and this is only just the start of what this guy is actually going to look like, right? Let's go through his meal plan real quick so you can get an understanding and a grasp of what we're really doing here, man. Right now, we're on 1,500 calories. We're going pretty aggressive right now, right? He's having a Biscoff cheesecake for breakfast, okay? For lunch, he's having Big Mac fries. Loaded fries, right? His pre-workout is his yogurt and snacks. His dinner is a chicken pizza. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You know, if I just started out, or if I was just struggling, right, and someone told me that I could have a fucking Biscoff cheesecake for breakfast, I would have loaded fries for lunch, and a fucking chicken pizza for dinner, I would literally slap him in the face and be like, you're a fucking scam. But these are the results. This is what we've been doing for almost 10 fucking years, bro. This is how I got into the best shape of my life and continue to stay in the best shape of my life. Week 2, smoked salmon bagel, chicken masala, right? And a fucking chicken quesadilla for dinner. What do you mean, bro? This is it, bro. Like, as if you would go anywhere else. As if you would join a program where you're dropping 2 kilos a fucking week, but you're eating a garden salad for fucking breakfast. You're having like almonds, an apple, and like a scoop of peanut butter for a snack. Your dinner is like brown rice and seasoned chicken breast. For dinner, just to be yogurt and honey as a little sweet treat. Get fucked, cunt. Who wants to eat that shit? Not me, bro. And definitely not you. Right? Do something where you feel good about yourself, bro. Look forward to the meals that you're eating. Like, we literally have clients messaging me being like, bro, I can't believe I'm about to eat a fucking cheesecake for breakfast. I can't believe I'm about to have a Big Mac for dinner. Or a fried chicken burger. Or like have an ice cream at the end of the night. Like, are you kidding me, bro? You know, and then teaching you how to eat outside. This guy goes on networking events all the time. And what is he doing? We're showing him what he can eat at Meat and White Co. Where he goes to fucking, like, maybe he goes to like a Lebanese place or an Indian place or a fucking Japanese place, right? It's like, how do you eat outside? This is what it's about, bro. You know, and this is like a really good example of one of my clients. You know what, bro? Let me just show you a couple more examples of what we do here, bro. Let's go with old mate Rob, right? Runs a very big business, right? Killing it. Absolutely smashing it, right? 90 kilos, down to 77 right now, right? You wanna see his meal plan? Let me have a look. Starting off, Biscoff cheesecake. It's a fan favorite, right? Bro, he loves his steak and potatoes. We got a nice eye fillet on the barbecue. Strawberries for snacks. He's having SCP loaded fries for dinner, right? He's finishing off a Greek yogurt. Week 2, coconut smoothie, pad kra pow, literally one of the goats in the meal plan, and then an SCP burger for dinner. But he's having some yogurt and fruit for his other one, right? Fuck it, let's go one more example. Who else can I pick out of my list? It's actually a good example to use. This guy's in China right now, by the way, right? He's just sending me videos of him in China. Enjoying his life, like doing steps, right? I think he's climbing the Great Wall of China right now, bro. Getting his steps in, right? 22,000 steps, you know, teaching him how to actually manage his life outside of home, you know. And let's see his photo, for example. Tonight's dinner at Disneyland Shanghai. All I had today was 1/4 a huge turkey leg and small matcha latte, right? Just trying to understand what he's eating, right? This is like what he had. He's just eating this kind of food, right? Let's go a little bit more in depth here. Eating chicken skewers here. What's he got here? He's got like fucking duck, chicken, XYZ. This is what the Chinese food is, right? Belly touch the rice, stay away from the skin, meat, haven't had dumplings at nighttime, right? You know, this is what life is like outside, you know, teaching you how to eat outside another fucking country, right? Can't do that when you're dropping 2 kilos a week, man. It's all about life and flexibility. Let's look at his meal plan real quick. He's on 1650. He was like craving that matcha shake so much, so I gave him the matcha shake. Pad Kapow, he loves it. His pre-workout meal is a fucking Biscoff bagel. He's having a chicken pizza for dinner, lad. Right? Week 2, protein smoothie, tuna sushi bowl. He's having a Nutella sandwich, and then he's having another salmon sushi bowl because he just fucking loves it, right? Then he's got a vegetarian day. Yogurt oats, a gozlini bowl, a protein shake for breakfast, for his snack, and a feta pizza for dinner. Again, what do you mean, bro? Right? And you want to see the results he's getting? Look at this. These are the fucking results. From 78, he's down to 71 right now. Okay? I don't know how much I have to keep saying this, bro. But if you are cutting right now, and you feel like it is harder than what it should be, then I want you to reconsider what you're doing. You don't have to kill yourself eating boring fucking food every single day, dreading your breakfast, dreading your lunch, dreading your dinner, right? Just for the scale to just keep shooting up every now and then as well. And it does your fucking head in. Like your brain is like, what the fuck? Like, why am I even doing this cut? And then you sit down and you're eating your bullshit fucking meal. Like, why the fuck am I eating this? And then your mate is like, hey, let's go out to fucking Fried Brothers on the weekend. And then you're like, no, I don't want to go Fried Brothers, I'm trying to cut. But then the thought and the smell and the crunch, you're like, fuck it, bro. I want to put my dick inside of this fucking Fried Brothers, bro. Let's fucking go. You go to Fried Brothers, bro. You literally like autistically destroy the meal just for you to go home and feel so guilty about what you did. And then you fucking undo all the progression you made in that week. Why? For what reason, bro? Right? If you had just a meal plan where you actually enjoyed the food you were eating, you wouldn't have this insane, like, fucking urge to go and eat like an absolute fucking madman on the weekend. Brother, I'm a fat fuck. I needed to create a program where I could eat the foods that I loved so I don't become fucking Biggest Loser's next contestant, bro. Right? That's the whole point. Is how can we enjoy the foods we love and get in the best shape of our life? It's not about trying to lose the quickest amount of weight in a short period of time. Bro, the reality is, the goal is for me to make sure that I teach you how to do one cut for the rest of your life. But fuck, bro, life happens, man. You may end up gaining weight in the future. Something really stressful might happen. You might break your fucking leg and then you can't move, and it's like you're going through a divorce or a breakup or some shit happens in your life where you end up gaining weight again. The last thing you want to do is, fuck it, let's go to chicken, broccoli and rice and starve myself. No, cunt. No. Alright? Hope this gave you some understanding of what we do here, man. And if you'd like to learn exactly how we could do this for you, implement this into your life, I'd love for you to click the link below, check out the website, go through the testimonials, read what the clients have to say. And if you feel like this is something that can work for you, then book in a call with us and we can have a chat to see if we can actually help you. Thank you so much. Take care.